Anyone else like to pretend that that Hercules kid from The Nutty Professor grew up to be The Rock? Hercules, Hercules, Hercules! Hercules is a revisionist take on the old tale of the half-mortal son of Zeus, taking us through a world where Hercules was an actual man and showing us the truth behind the legend. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson steps in as the bee-muscled man, flexing his way to fight for those most in need of defense. And the infamous Brett Ratner steps in to direct, whose last big movie was the ridiculous action comedy Tower Heist. Now, to be honest, I haven't much liked Ratner since the first Rush Hour over 15 years ago. So imagine my surprise when I didn't actually hate this movie. In fact, I kind of liked it. Now, I'm not saying we'll hear its name during award season or anything, but it might be a fun flick if you go in understanding what it is. First off, it's really funny. It has that quirky wink at the audience, we both know what kind of movie this is sensibility. And at the same time, doesn't overplay its silliness so that we aren't able to buy into the world. It's an action comedy balance that can be tough to pull off, but I think it works here. Plus, I love that the movie played with the ideas of legend versus truth, and how extraordinary men can live beyond their own mortality. Not to mention, the action was good. Great effects, great fight choreography, and placed in the movie perfectly to hold our short attention spans captive. Plus, even though the movie kept the story grounded in a human Hercules, half-god Hercules was still able to show off in some genuinely imaginative story scenes. But not only was it fun to watch, the performances were really good. Ian McShane and John Hurt were wonderful, and Rufus Sewell was a lot of fun as a part of Hercules' fighting friends. But the hero and best thing has to be The Rock, who continues to prove he can flex his acting muscles almost as well as his physical ones. Movies like this are made for him, giving him the freedom to do what he does best: humor, action, and even a bit of dramatic depth. Nicely done, Mr. Johnson. Nicely done indeed. As far as negatives, well, there were a few. I think the worst thing is that the plot and story feel a bit forced and clunky at times, showing the seams of a movie that was understandably focused more on the action spectacle than the dramatic payoff, leaving the flick feeling a little lightheaded and without a point. And of course, even as funny as much of the humor is, with its style, much of it will still tend to roll the eyes a bit. Also, you might want to know that it seemed a bit violent for me for a PG-13 rating, but that seems to be the trend anymore, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. At the end of the day, Hercules is a movie that delivers almost exactly what it promises: fun action, a quirky sense of humor, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing in a playground made just for him. The half-polished story and occasional lazy writing can't keep this one from flexing its way to a solid B-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. You can stay tuned for this review's best ever challenge here in a bit. But first, I want to throw some stuff up over here that you can click on. If you'd like to subscribe, which I'd very much appreciate, you can do that by clicking the big gray subscribe button. Want to see more? Well, you can click over here to check out my reviews of Lucy, Persecuted, and Wish I Was Here. You can also click the logo right up here to go to the all-new YourMovieFriend.com, where you can find a searchable database of reviews as well as the written text of these videos. And finally, this review's best ever challenge. Now, this is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to identify my choice. What is the best Brett Ratner movie ever? Hey, if we can do Michael Bay, we can do Ratner. Mine is his take on everyone's favorite serial killer. Drop your own answer and a guess at mine in the comments, and the first person to guess mine does get that point. Thanks, and please subscribe.